Hi, everybody. My name is Edwin Rodarte, and welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about internet access, and we're going to be talking about different discounts that are being offered. This is part of Digital Inclusion Week, which happens on a yearly basis between the first week of October. With me is Oscar Magaña from EveryoneOn. He will be talking about the different offers that are being offered, basically. So welcome, Oscar.
Thank you, Edwin. And yeah, my name is Oscar Magaña. I am a program manager here in Los Angeles for EveryoneOn. And as Edwin mentioned, I'll be talking about the Affordable Connectivity Program specifically and some offers that are available to get you connected here in Los Angeles.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and put up the presentation, and then I'll take myself off screen so you can take it away.
Thank you, Edwin. And as Edwin mentioned, it is Digital Inclusion Week. And we found out earlier today that it's actually the biggest Digital Inclusion Week in the history of this event. Over 200 organizations across the nation are participating in events such as the one that you all are watching now. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm with EveryoneOn, and I'll be talking today about the Affordable Connectivity Program. So our mission here at EveryoneOn is to help unlock social and economic opportunity by connecting families such as yours or families in underserved communities to affordable internet service and computers. In addition, we also help deliver digital skills training, but usually we partner with local organizations to help deliver those trainings. And our impact so far, in fact, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary next week. But our impact so far is we've helped connect over 1 million individuals or households to the internet. We've been able to distribute over 5,000 devices, specifically over the last couple of years. And over the last 2 years, we've delivered hundreds of digital skills trainings, or at least to hundreds of participants, where we teach basic digital skills to individuals. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the digital divide here in LA County. And just know that this is estimates based on what is reported. So over 214,000 households in LA County do not have a computer. And that means maybe they have a mobile device that they can use for services, but they don't have an actual computer in their home. Over 343,000 households don't have access to any type of internet at home. And that can be even whether they're connected with their phone or not. They just don't have access to internet at home. And if you'd like to find out more about the details, you can visit USC's Digital Divide Map. And we'll be sharing these links throughout the presentation, but you can also get these links after the presentation as well. And next, I'm going to talk a little bit about low-cost internet service and some device options that are available to families in Los Angeles County. So the first and foremost, we'd like to talk about EveryoneOn's offer locator tool. So if you go to EveryoneOn.org, you'll be able to visit our offer locator tool. And with our offer locator tool, essentially what it does is it helps you find low-cost internet offers and even device offers in your community. So it's a really simple tool to use. All you have to do is enter your zip code. Once you enter your zip code, it'll ask you for any benefits that you might participate in. And you go ahead and you'll check off those benefits. And then right after that, it'll list different resources like the Affordable Connectivity Program and direct links where you can apply to the Affordable Connectivity Program. But it'll also show you offers from local internet service providers in your area. In addition, we also have device partners that sell low-cost computers. So it'll give you information on those device offers as well. And then we also link you to some resources available through our website. So now the Affordable Connectivity Program. So the Affordable Connectivity Program, first and foremost, is a government subsidy that provides you up to $30 of a discount or a subsidy to your either existing internet service, or if you're looking to sign up for an internet service, it can provide with up to $30 of a subsidy. And ways that you qualify for the program. If you're familiar with Lifeline and you already received the Lifeline benefit, then that's one of the ways that you would know that you qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. Another way is that if you are 200% or less than the federal poverty guidelines, depending on your household size, then you would also qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. If you participate in these programs, whether it's CalFresh, food stamps, Medicaid, WIC benefits, supplemental security income, federal public housing assistance, veterans pension and survivors benefit, free and reduced price lunch programs, or if you receive a federal Pell Grant in the current award year, then you would qualify for the $30 subsidy that the Affordable Connectivity Program provides. What else? The Affordable Connectivity Program, how do you apply? So you can go online to the Lifeline National Verifier, and you'll have to make a new account first. So if you go there directly, and the link's been posted in the chat, then you would be able to apply online. There's also a paper application, and then if you apply through the paper application, you'll also get the household worksheet that verifies your income to see if you meet the 200% under the poverty line guidelines. And then it usually takes weeks to process if you're applying through the paper application, because you have to mail it, and they have to receive your application and then go through and verify that you qualify for the program. Usually if you apply online, depending on the way that you qualify, you might qualify instantly, or it may take 3 to 5 days for you to figure out or find out if you qualify for the program. Another way for you to sign up for the Affordable Connectivity Program is through your existing internet service provider. Sometimes the internet service providers will send out emails letting you know that based on some pre-qualifications, they've determined that you qualify for the program. Or sometimes if they don't do it that way, then you have to call them yourself and let them know about the Affordable Connectivity Program. And if you've already figured out that you qualify, you can have them apply the subsidy to your current service. So now I'm going to talk about a few of the offers available through some of the local internet service providers here in Los Angeles. And the first one is Access from AT&T. So what do you get when you sign up for Access from AT&T? And first of all, this is one of their low-cost offers. And if you sign up for this offer specifically and you apply the Affordable Connectivity Program subsidy, the service would actually be free. But I'm going to talk about the program, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about what about if you already have existing service. So with this program, you get a wired connection through a cable that is hardwired to your home. Internet speeds can be up to 100 megabytes per second to download, depending on its availability where you live. So even though they might advertise 100 megabytes per second, depending on where you live, that speed might not be the highest speed available in your community. But you can also get a Wi-Fi gateway and or modem, and installation is included with this program. I mentioned earlier, and this will apply for any of the other service providers that I talk about here. If you choose a plan that costs more than the ACP benefit, you are responsible for paying that difference. So, for example, if you currently have service with AT&T and you like your service and you're paying, let's say, like $75 a month, but you want to apply the ACP benefit because you qualify, you can apply the $30 subsidy, and your $75 a month bill would be reduced to $45 a month, and you keep your existing plan. You don't have to change the plan. But for more info, you can call in English to 844-792-1075, or in Spanish to 855-917-3230. The next plan that is on offer is Spectrum's Internet 100. Again, This is a low-cost offer, and if you apply the ACP benefit, it would actually be a free offer to you. Or if you don't apply for Spectrum Internet 100 and you currently have service with Spectrum, you can apply the subsidy, and they would just discount the $30 from whatever it is that you're currently paying. So what do you get from Spectrum with their low-cost offer, Internet 100? You get a wired connection through cable. The price is promotional for 2 years. Internet speeds up to 100 megabytes per second. Again, depending on where you live, the speeds might be a little bit slower. You get unlimited data, so they won't cap your speeds based on your usage. You also get a free modem and or router for in-home Wi-Fi. And then a self-installation kit is sent to your home. And there are no contracts, and you can cancel anytime. For more info on this plan, you can call 877-959-1748. The next offer available here in LA County is through Human IT. And with Human IT, what you get is a wireless connection through a hotspot. So this is a mobile hotspot, which means that you can take that hotspot anywhere with you. And with this one, I'll warn, just like with your phone service, your mobile phone service, the speeds are, they vary depending on where you are. Sometimes depending on the materials of the household where you live, the speeds can be incredibly slow. But the benefit with this one is that since it's a mobile hotspot, you can take it anywhere with you. And the internet speeds, again, it just depends on your use of the service and where you are. It's unlimited data, but it does run on the 4G LTE hotspots. And you do have to purchase that hotspot up front. And it will cost you $80 to purchase that hotspot. There isn't any subsidy on that hotspot, so you do have to put that money up front. And then note, you must apply the ACP benefit to the unlimited mobile internet plan in order for you to qualify for this one. And for more info, you can call 888-391-7249. So those were the offers, and this is a quick snapshot of what those offers look like. We at EveryoneOn, we work with a wide range of internet service providers and device providers to feature low-cost internet service programs and computers on our platform. So that's the offer locator tool that I talked about earlier. So just to recap, the ACP Affordable Connectivity Program, it provides a $30 subsidy on or discount on your internet service. If you live on tribal lands, you may qualify for up to a $75 subsidy. And then by signing up for the ACP program and qualifying for the ACP program, you can receive a one-time $100 discount on a device. That means a computer or a laptop. But unfortunately, the internet service provider needs to be a participant in this program. And unfortunately, most internet service providers do not participate in the device or the selling of devices. So it's a very limited option. But for more info, you can go to the ACP website, which we put in the chat earlier. And again, to recap, some of the service providers, Access from AT&T. If you sign up for that program without the ACP benefit and you qualify for that program, it's only $30 a month. Again, you get data cap with that program at 150 gigabytes per month, or 1 terabyte based on the type of plan that you sign up for. The speeds can be anywhere between 25 megabytes per second up to 100 megabytes per second. Again, no installation or Wi-Fi or fees for your Wi-Fi modem, and you can get more info at the link that we provided. Again, if you apply the ACP, you don't have to pay the $30 a month. It would be a free service. And then we have Spectrum. Their plan is $29.99 a month if you don't apply the ACP benefit. If you do, again, that would be free. There might be some taxes and other fees that you would have to pay for, but the service itself it would be covered through the ACP program. And then there's no data caps here. And the speeds can be anywhere between 30 megabytes to 100 megabytes per second down with 10 megabytes up. Again, no installation or modem fees with this program, and the link is in the chat. And then again, the last program is Human IT. Their service is $14.99 a month, but if you apply the ACP benefit, it would be a free program as well. No data caps. It is unlimited. Speeds depend on your location. And again, there's that one-time fee for a hotspot for $80. Human IT is a little bit different because they also provide refurbished devices. And through them, you can apply that $100 discount on a device. And depending on the device that you purchase from them, it can be free or it can just be a discounted device, just depending on the device that you plan on purchasing from them. And the majority of their devices are refurbished. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, for some of you, you might be thinking, great, how do I apply for the ACP program? Or you might be thinking, well, I don't know how to apply for the ACP program. And that's where we come in. So we're here at EveryoneOn. We have an enrollment assistance hotline. And if you don't have the capacity to either enroll yourself or to help somebody enroll into this program, you can call EveryoneOn's assistance hotline at 877-789-9889, or you can email us at enroll1@everyoneon.org, and we can provide you with free assistance. So when you call or you email, you'll be in contact with a digital navigator. And what you can do here is you can speak to one of our digital navigators, and we can provide you with assistance for signing up for the Affordable Connectivity Program and low-cost internet offers. So not only will we help you enroll into the Affordable Connectivity Program, but if we need to, we can also call your local internet service provider that you choose, and we can help get them to sign you up through one of the low-cost offers or to apply the subsidy, the ACP subsidy, to your service. And then just want to note that all information we gather when you call is kept confidential. We do guarantee your privacy because building trust with you, the community members here in Los Angeles, is one of the things that we aim for. So again, if you need help signing up for the Affordable Connectivity Program, and even if you just have a question, maybe you don't know if you qualify, you can call this number and you can talk to us and we can let you know whether you qualify. And again, we can help you sign up for the program. Best times to call is Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you call and we don't answer, please leave your name and a contact number where we can call you back, and we will get back to you so that we can help you sign up for the ACP. So again, the number is 1-877-789-9889.
Great. Thank you so much, Oscar.
No, thank you.
I wanted to open it up for questions to see if maybe some of the audience members have any questions that they want to ask and get them answered. So if you do have a question, please feel free to add it to the chat on the YouTube live, and then we will just answer it live once we receive it. On the meantime, I guess I wanted to just ask you some additional questions about the benefit, just because I think, a lot of us maybe are not familiar, weren't familiar with this. And so I wanted to know, for example, I know that I don't qualify for the benefit because of my income, but what about if somebody in my household potentially does, does it have to be the person that is on the contract with the service?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Edwin. And that's the benefit of this program, that if there's somebody living in your household who meets the qualifications, then you would be eligible for the program. So, for example, let's say you don't qualify, but there's a dependent in your house who would qualify, like let's say a student, then you would be able to sign up for this program. And it could be a student who receives free and reduced lunch, or a student who's in college and has a Pell Grant or something like that, right? So again, if you don't know if you qualify, but you feel that maybe a member in your household qualifies and you'd be able to sign up that way, give us a call and we'll help you figure out whether you qualify or not.
Great. Thank you for that. So for those that just tuned in, we're just taking live questions at the moment. So feel free to add those under the comments for YouTube. I know that you touched a little bit more about this, but you mentioned that you may be able to qualify if the service provider or if the area that you live in potentially qualifies as a low cost area, right? Just based on the neighborhood. So can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So some people sometimes, they don't feel like they qualify based on their income level. But we have something called the community eligibility provision. And what that means is, for example, in certain neighborhoods, in fact, I think it's at this point across California, every student in California, I believe, qualifies now for free and reduced lunch at their schools. So simply because one of your children attends a school and is getting free and reduced lunch, that would automatically qualify you for the ACP, the Affordable Connectivity Program. And now, by applying for the program and listing that child, that dependent on the application, you would be able to qualify for the Affordable Connectivity Program. In fact, just this weekend, I got an email from Spectrum. That's my internet service provider where I live, and I don't qualify based on my income. But they sent me an email saying that I qualified, and I was a little bit taken aback at first because I'm like, wait, what do you mean I qualify? It turns out that the area where I live in, it qualifies for the community eligibility provision. And they had me just confirm some details. And once I confirmed those details, I received an email saying that I qualify for the $30 subsidy. So again, the worst thing that you can do is find out whether you qualify or not, and they'll tell you no. But just by being curious and finding out if maybe you qualify, you might save yourself $30 a month on your internet service bill.
Yeah, that's a nice amount because I know that service is getting pretty expensive, at least in my area. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, those $30 would definitely be helpful. I don't see any other questions that are coming in through chat. So if we don't have any questions, I don't know if there's anything else that you wanted to let us know about before we tune out.
Yeah, no, and basically, if you're watching this and it's not live right now, as you're watching it, feel free to call that number. And if you call that number and all you have is a question and you're curious about the Affordable Connectivity Program or low cost offers, call the number 877-789-9889. And thank you for putting it up again, Edwin. Yeah, just call that number. You're curious, you have a question about the Affordable Connectivity Program, about the subsidy, about how you would qualify. And again, just by calling, you might be able to save yourself $30 a month.
Great. And then I think the last thing we wanted to mention was the fact that we do have an upcoming event this Friday for those of you that are in the LA area. We will be, or everyone in the libraries will be offering an enrollment event where you can just come in person, and then there will be people there to assist you in filling out the application. So you would just need to take in the paperwork necessary. And this at the Pico Union branch from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. So Pico Union Library, Friday, October 7th. So we encourage you to attend if you're in the LA area, and you can make it to that location. Otherwise, give everyone on the call.
Yeah. And if you come to the live event, just bring your identifying information that verifies who you are, and then bring any documentation of any of the benefits that would qualify you for the Affordable Connectivity Program as the proof. As we're filling out the application, we're going to need those documents. So yeah, make sure you bring those documents with you if you come to the event.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Oscar. I think we're going to wrap it up. And thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you for having us, Edwin.